So when you do CPR, you have to do it, you have to start it quick. I'm still old school, so I still go by, like in 10 minutes, for every minute you lose 10% chance. So in 10 minutes, that's 100%, then there's no chance. If you start CPR right away, then you have like a 90 to 100% chance. 5 minutes, 50% chance. So what we do is we come in, we find somebody. So hopefully we're close. Hopefully family members know CPR. I've been a CPR instructor for about 7 years. And the American Heart always says, they don't care who starts CPR, who has learned CPR or knows CPR. They said, even bad CPR is better than no CPR. So if anybody can start CPR, start CPR. So you go up to the patient, you find to see if you got a pulse, and then if not, you start CPR. So you start the compressions. So we do the compressions and that. Either a lay person, somebody there, or a professional from the fire department, or family members, or somebody in that. So then they do the CPR. Even nowadays, like Dan said, for technology, now we don't even have to do the breaths. If people don't want to do the breaths, they can just do hand CPR. Just do CPR, and they're finding out that enough oxygen goes in and out without having to do that until somebody can come and do it after. So we start the CPR, then if we start bagging the patient, get them oxygen, keep doing CPR, then the Lucas machine comes in. Okay?
So while the Lucas machine is getting set up, the original rescuer is continuing to do CPR. First thing we do, we take the machine out and we start it. We set it down. Then we grab the backboard on the back, and the person that's doing CPR is usually asked to assist. There's a nice pictogram on here to tell us which way to go. We roll the patient over underneath, set the board down, continue to do CPR. While they're doing CPR, we grab the Lucas machine. They continue to do CPR on their side. Lucas clicks in on one side, and you hand it over. Hand it over to the other user. Now, you set your Lucas. You set your Lucas up to the correct position to do CPR. Hit the number 1 on the Lucas machine. While you're setting up this, your partner is setting up the neck strap so that when you move the patient, the head doesn't move. Then you a little low, but
That's not too bad.
let it do its thing. And now the Lucas machine takes over for CPR. This gives you opportunity if you don't have that many members, if you don't have as much help. You can be doing other things. Us as first responders, before the ambulance gets there, we can do our breaths. We can let them know that we have a Lucas machine on. This is giving high quality CPR, the same thing every time, no change, no stop. We can do continuous, or we can also do 30 and 2. 30 and 2 for breaths and compressions. It will stop, it'll give you enough time to do breaths, and then it'll go right back in. There's the stop, 2 breaths in, make sure your breaths go in, right away, start CPR again.
The difference with that is, like when the professionals get there, they're going to have an advanced airway in. So with an advanced airway, they can just keep doing breaths, and they don't have to worry about doing 30 to 2.
But anybody in our department that has CPR and that has been trained on the machine is good to use the machine.
So one follow-up on that, and I'm going to say in that, probably you see the day that your father passed away, that about 5 or 6 years ago, the ambulances started changing. So now we don't transport everybody like we used to years ago. Now we work the people at the house more. Everything that we're gonna do at the house is what they're gonna do in the emergency room. And they found out over the years that no matter what everybody says, that CPR is not good in the back of the ambulance. So the person has a better chance at the house. And like they were saying, we can call med direction and get advice from there and that, and give all the medications at the house that somebody can give in the emergency room. So then what we do at the house, let's say we get the patient back, even after we get the patient back, we are told that we don't transport right away, because they're finding out, them moving around the that they can go right back into full rest again. So we have to stay there for 5 minutes, getting the IVs, starting the medications, and then going from there. So, any questions?
Anybody else got one of these in the county?
Our ambulances all have them,
I believe
I'm
Corfu
Mercy.
just got one.
and Corfu is getting one or
Getting
has
one,
one.
yeah.
Just put it in service.
Did they?
So,
Okay, so Corfu just got one and put it in service.
and on that, any of the neighboring departments can call for it too.
Yeah.
Because there's not saying there's always gonna be an ambulance available or people available.
We were, we were the first organization in Genesee County to have one and put it into service.
Volunteer fire department.
Volunteer fire department, yeah.
Even now, the emergency room in Batavia has seen how the Lucas machine's doing so good or helping in that about a month ago, they went out and purchased one for the emergency room now too in Batavia. So now they have one.
Those that don't know Terry is, we say management at Mercy?
You can say whatever you want.
So we're lucky enough to have him here, and he was one of the factors in bringing it here about the usage and how much more it can save life. And so those that, when Terry was saying we had them, that's what he meant, Mercy ambulances all have them, and he helps to train the folks and everything on use.
Maybe not management, but I've been there since they started, so that's Batavia.
Taking that's a rechargeable battery.
Yeah, and we have a spare
Yep,
battery.
we have a spare battery.
Because we gave your mom 2 quotes and she says, no, you gotta have everything, so.
Hey, you're not supposed to tell her that.
So we have the spare battery, spare charger.
Mark, it's tax deductible though.
We'll fill a little thing out for a form that says it's a donation.
Add it a little.
Okay, how much is a little? No. So,
Does anybody else have any questions? I'm gonna go ahead and say thanks again to Terry, my father, and Bree. Bree is our EMS captain. My dad's been dealing with the EMS with this department for longer than I've been alive. And again, this is a huge development and addition to any volunteer fire department. I don't know how many people here have done CPR. It is very physically taxing. And I'm already not in shape as it is. So when I'm done with this, you're gonna need to do CPR on me. So this is usually a help to not have to do that. And again, we thank you, Bonnie, and the Woodward family from the fire department. It's a huge addition to our toolbox that we have here.